Friday, June 17th. Let's get rolling. Start breathing through the nose, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, you're probably not. Like I said, we'll no class Tuesday for darn sure, because I'll be in West Virginia, correct. But I'm gonna try for Wednesday. We'll see if Jim will let me sneak in. So I wasn't using it anyways. So nose breathing. Let's send the arms along, walk them out, spread through 10 fingers. Pull a shoulder down and then the other. And y'all had expressed a little squeak of interest in if I were to combine a condensed, because you usually do it in 90 minutes, Bikram class and do it in an hour. So maybe in the next couple weeks I'll do that. And we'll just do all 26 postures, not in 90 million degree heat, no worries. But I'll put a flow together that flows all the postures a little bit more smoothly perhaps. And show you what it's all about. I am not a trained Bikram professional, but frankly their poses are the poses. They're all familiar. So arms go long out ahead. If they're not, extend our child's pose. When you're ready, let's tuck the toes under, press the legs straightly, downward facing dog. Bend a knee and then the other. Yeah, it's crazy when you haven't done it in a little while, isn't it? Like pulling cold taffy.
I've been going to the gym doing it.
Ah. So not only have you haven't not been using, you've been tightening them up. That's good though. Weight bearing. High up on the toes, guys. Inhale. And flow. Exhale down on heels. Toes. Heels. Like that. A little bit longer. So start to combine the breath with the movement. Inhale. Exhale. Next time heels are flat or coming down to the mat, pause there. So use your breath to lift the right leg. The whole breath lifts it. The whole breath sets it back down. Switch legs. Inhale, whole breath lifts it. Exhale, set it back down. You're catching on. Proceed like that, alternating. Exhale. Like a big daddy long legs. Inhale. Exhale. Lift higher each time. Next time one of those legs is in the air, hold it there, bend the knee, maybe open the hip. And sit her down. Other side, lift, bend the knee, open the hip. And set her down. Look back towards your toes and walk the hands there. Feet stay where they are. Bow, forward bend. Maybe it's the first one of the day, so be gentle. Slowly round up. Bring your arms with you. They'll come overhead. Exhale, dive through the heart. Release the hands down. 2 more, rising up. Inhale. Arms overhead. Dive through the heart. 1 more time. Roll on up. Big inhale. We're going to hold this forward bend. So bring your hands to your hips. Push your chin forward. And dive all the way. Push the hips back. Release the arms down. And come into a deep forward bend. Hold there and breathe. I've chopped off my head here. It's doing no one any good. Big breaths. lift the kneecaps. That means you're flexing your thighs. Your chest folds a little deeper when you do that. Soften the knees when you're ready. We'll walk back out to that downward facing dog. Press out through heels. Inhale high up on the toes. A little leg warmth as we bend the knees, come into a crouch. Knees are bent. So maybe the knees are on the same level as the heels or close there too. Now look to the hands. Spring forward to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale high up on the toes. Exhale, find your crouch. Push forward to plank. Spring forward, lower down. Up dog. Down dog. High on toes. To the crouch. With the breath, flow forward, plank. Lower. Up dog. Down dog. One more time, toes. To crouch, hold the crouch. This hurts your hands, you can always come on to your elbows. Same options as dolphin would have. Push forward to plank. Side plank to the right. So roll onto your right hand. You can stack the knees, lots of side plank options. But try and get shoulder over shoulder. Any of these arm balances, remember how odd it is, but if you spread your toes, it helps you hold your arm balance. Breathe. Back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Forward to plank. Side plank to the left. Come onto your elbow if the wrists aren't having it. Breathe. Belly in. 2 more breaths. Spread the toes. And plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look back to the toes. Walk your hands to the feet. Bow deeply forward, bend. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, sit to chair. And bend the knees so deeply that you can release and touch the fingertips to the ground. That's your litmus test. You know you've got a nice deep chair. Now stay that low. Hands to the heart. Find a focal point and roll forward on the toes. We're in a toe chair. Lower the heels. Inhale all the way up. Interlace the fingers when you get here. Knuckles to the ceiling. Look up. Lean to the right. Look up over your left elbow. Back to center. Exhale. The other side. Look up over your right elbow. Back up. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees. Chair. Nice deep one again. Hands to the heart. Or you can reach behind, interlace the fingers, open the chest, chest expansion. So we will lift our arms up off of our back. Find your focal point forward, toe chair, lift the heels.
Roll the weight there, up on back toes. Bow forward. Chest expansion, airplane posture, or warrior one. Rather three. Lift your heel out back nice and far. Now we're going to set that foot, the one that's lifted, to the back of the mat. Same line as your front one. Straighten the front leg, look up, inhale. Dive forward, pyramid posture. Hinge, dropping the chest down over the front leg. And release the arms down all the way. If they happen to touch the ground, that's great. If they don't, that's fine too, but we don't want to bend the front knee. Now, if your fingers don't touch the ground, bend your front knee, if you will, so far that they can. And come into a tripod stance with your fingers. So hands are in front and a few inches to the left and right. We'll roll up off of the back foot and lift the left leg straight out and back. Look forward up to me. Hands are down if you can. Inhale. Exhale, knee to forehead. Open. Close. Open. Close. And open. Hold open. Right hand stays down. Slowly roll open the left shoulder, half moon. Spread through toes again. It's an arm balance, kinda. Both hands down, square to the mat. Set this foot back and the other, and we're in a nice tight little down dog. Our hands are about halfway up. Feet are to the back of the mat. Sink the weight down in the heels. Let's look over the right shoulder or under, depending upon how heavy your head is today. And then the other side, turn the head, look under, over the left armpit. Just getting a little rotation of the neck. Hands walk to the rear of the mat, forward bend all the way. With the torso hang heavy, arms do no work, so they can rest all the way down. You can set them on your back. So let everything stay the same. The feet stay nice and flat. Just bend your left knee. So your left hip sags down. Drop your chest down to that left knee. Feel a big stretch up through the hips on the right leg, on the straight leg. And slowly swap that out. Right knee bends, left leg stays straight. Both legs straighten, arms hang down, and roll slowly to standing. Arms up overhead. And we bring the hands through the heart. Sneak them around back, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders open. Inhale, and sit to chair. Chest expansion here. Lift the chin, squeeze the palms together. Find your focal point and lift the heels. Calm the face. And lower the heels. Hold your chest expansion, stand on up. Pick up the left foot, bring it about halfway up. Open the chest, lift high. Fill the lungs and dive forward. Come all the way down. Bow deeply into this pyramid fold. And release the arms down. Again, doesn't matter if you touch the ground or not, just let the arms hang. Now bend the front knee, we come into that tripod, one hand each side, lift the right leg, look forward, inhale. Exhale, knee to forehead. Open. Close. Inhale. Close. Open. Close. This time we open to half moon, so open up the right arm. Let it float high. And both hands down, soften your standing knee. Put a slight bend in it. Let both fingers hover and bring both hands to the back. Warrior 3. And slowly come to stand. Feet together, hands to the heart. And let's just look straight down the midline. Roll the weight to the out step, to the in step, up on toes, to heels, lift your flippers, out step, in step, you get it. And inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, dive straight on through. Walk the hands forward and the feet back. Downward facing dog. We've had lots of leg emphasis. Let's focus on the arms for a short bit. So look up to the hands, spread all 10 fingers wide. And make sure your first 2 fingers on each hand are pointed forward. Now just be. Take the opportunity to get out some wiggles here in the first 15 seconds of this down dog. We're going to find a little peace and stillness in our dog. So if it is not peaceful and it is not still and you need to come onto your elbows, or you need to roll an ankle out or do something, try and get that out of the way so we can settle into this nice strong down dog posture. Tighten the belly, so pull the belly towards the front of the spine. Hold it there deeply. And now we'll be still here in our down dog. Soften the face. Soften the eyes. No tension in the jaw. Slight rotation of your inner elbows toward one another. This starts to put a burden on wrists. Again, just drop onto the elbows. We're going to slowly make our way down. So start by coming to the elbows if you're not there yet. And now bend the knees to a crouch so the knees are on the same level as the heels. Breathe. No effort in the neck.
Now softly set the knees down and sit back. Stay with your toes tucked under, but sit back, hips to heels like a child's pose. But your toes are still tucked under, so what's that? You get a nice foot stretch. Heels are lifted upward, maybe even perpendicular to the ground. Let's deepen that even more. Walk your hands underneath the shoulders and lift upright. So now you're sitting up on that stack. So all that weight's on your foot. Yeah, that's right. But you're sitting on your butt. There you are. Hands to the knees. Roll the shoulders back and back. Pull shoulders down. Rotate palms up. Drop an ear to a shoulder. And shin down to chest. That's too much of a sensation on the feet. Fix it. Do something else that takes that effort off. We're gonna in a minute, all of us anyways. And to center. Hands underneath. Let's let the tops of the feet come down and come to child's pose. Relax the arms alongside. Perhaps you can turn an ear to the mat. And arms go long again. Let's come forward to our bellies. And lower all the way to the belly. Elbows underneath, Sphinx posture. So get the elbows right under the shoulders. Palms are flat. All that foot stretching may have created, I've got an odd toe cramp if you get one too. So if you need to keep your toes tucked, do what you need to do. So Sphinx posture, dig in with your elbows. Get your shoulders right up over your elbows. Point the nose forward. Now if you want a little bit more for your back, press the arms straight, lean. Breathe deeply. Stretches the belly, the abdominals also. And release downward. Come all the way down. And reach for the feet. Upward bow pose. So grab the insides of your ankles. Either flex or point the toes. And then walk your knees close together. Rest the chin for a moment. Get your composure. Let the breath be easy for a moment. Now when you're ready, kick into the hands, lift upward for upward bow. Continue to breathe. The harder you kick into your hands, the higher your feet will lift. More of a back bend. Now with control, we release this into Superman posture. Just like it sounds. Close the eyes if you choose. And stack the arms. Relax the legs, rest the forehead to the wrists. And we'll stretch the quads, half frog posture. Reach back to the right foot. Bring your heel down towards your bottom. If that's easily attainable, pull your foot to the outside of your bottom, to the right side, and try and bring it to the space outside of your hip.
Make sure the knees are pointing straight back though. Mine is not, so I had to tuck mine more down the midline. You want the stretch to go right up the quad, that big meaty piece on top of your knee. Now we're stretching your feet the other direction. When we were up on our toes, we flexed them all the way. Now we can curl them. Release that. And reach back for the other foot. Again, knees point straight out from your butt. And pull the heel down towards it. Last breath here. And release all the way back. Hands underneath the shoulders, elbows point upward, either on the toes or the tops of the feet. We're headed for upward facing dog. So press the arms straight. Go ahead and look down, make sure the palms are right under the shoulders. Kick a soft bend in the elbows. Let the hips go low and the shoulders go high. Do a nice bend in the back, but don't come into the shoulder cave. Push out of it. So especially if you're on your toes, your hips are hanging like a hammock. You can roll your weight from hand to hand. Picture as if someone laid down on your butt. Your whole back is stretched that one direction. Take breaks if you need to. It's a big deep back bend. Be gentle when you counter. Inhale. Set the knees down gently, round back for child's posture. Slowly come into the full child's posture, perhaps stacking the forearms first, and then as you are allowed to fold deeper, your head can come to the mat. Arms go long. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog.
And spread the feet as far as you choose. Off the mat, on the mat. I'm maybe a foot, 8 inches or so off each side. I'm going to choose a little wider straddle. We're going to end up bringing our hands toward our feet. So let's do that. Walk the hands in. Stop when you get your hands right underneath your nose, so not all the way to the feet. Put the palms flat and press in there to the mat. Press in and push so that your nose comes closer. Now lift upward, left hand stays down, bring your right hand to your hip. Stay with both shoulders square for a moment, so your elbow points straight out to the side. Soften that elbow. Now push, rotate, so the right elbow points upward to the ceiling. Now take the hand off the hip, reach high. You could also reach up and over and try and find your left thigh all the way up and around. If this hurts the neck, just look down. Now keeping the arm high or tucked around, look down. Walk this left hand over to the left leg. Either hand is tucked around or pointed up to the ceiling.
look over the right shoulder. If it's more comfortable to pigeon your left toes outward, you can do that. Now look down at that foot. Walk the hand all the way through the center to the other leg. The left hand at right leg, you look it up towards the right shoulder. Right arm is up towards the ceiling or all the way up and around. And hand comes to the center again. Untuck or bring down that right arm. Both arms hang straight down the middle, straddle right here. Let's set our hands down, bend the knees as much as you need to get the hands straight under shoulders. Look up to me, inhale. Bend the knees. Inhale. Bend the knees. Inhale. And fold deeply. Let the arms just hang. Make sure the head is hanging freely. Detour, hands under shoulders, leave it out if you don't want it. We're going to do a vinyasa. Walk the hands out to a weird wide-footed down dog. Inhale forward, wide foot plank. Exhale lower, wide foot crocodile. Up, wide-footed dog. Down, wide-footed dog. Again, forward, lower, up, down. One more. Breathe, lower, up, and down. Hands walk back so they're right under the shoulders and hang loose for a moment, no effort in the arm. Head hangs. Right hand down straight under the shoulder, left hand to hip. And rotate upwards, so left elbow up toward the ceiling. Bend the knees as much as you need to get the right hand all the way down. Now the left hand lifts high, or we tuck it around, find the right thigh this time. Again, this should never get to be a burden on the neck. You don't get points. We're not getting big, strong yoga neck muscles by doing this for too long. So if you need to look down, just do so. There's strengthening, and then there's that point, which is no longer productive. Now look down. Walk that right hand over to the right leg. Hang on there, open the shoulder. And if you want to pigeon your toes out, that's fine. If you want to reach the arm up to the ceiling, that's available also. Gaze is up or down, and that can change. Pull your weight to your insteps on your feet. And bring the gaze down, hand slowly comes through the center. Find your left leg, foot somewhere. Look up over the left shoulder, reaching high again if you choose. Release down the center, both arms hang straight down the middle. Hands down underneath the shoulders, fingertips down to the ground. Look up to me, flat back, bend the knees. Hold here. Palms are flat. Shift the weight left and right left. Your hips go a little lower as you do. Pause on one side maybe, sink in there. To the other side. Hand at the center. Let your knees bend as much as they can without coming onto your toes, so flat feet. Now straighten, hands to floor or hands all the way out to the feet, straddle, flat back. Exhale, pull downward. Flat back. Exhale, pull downward. One more time. And pull down, let the arms hang, walk them out. And let's bring the feet back in. So downward facing dog, we'll call this. Bring the big toes together. Bend a knee. And then the other. And proceed along like this, or do like we started class with. Inhale, lift a leg, reach, exhale, set it down. Alternate, reach, set it down. Nice extension, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you lift that leg, you can even come high up on your down toes. Inhale. Exhale. And even up. Get one more on each side. And next time you lift a leg, hold it, look between the hands, swing the knee there. Pigeon. So walk that back knee all the way back. Keep the hands underneath the shoulders. Lift tall. Breathe. And drop the chest down. Arms can be stacked. You can send the arms long. What that does is it takes the arms out of the way and your chest can fold more. If you're not feeling the stretch in your hip because you're just back bendy, you can look down and bring your shin, the one that's underneath, more parallel to the front of the mat. So we bring your foot further up. Precisely. Get tall over it. Make sure the back knee's straight down the middle still. You'll feel it. That'll fix things right up. Yeah, that works. Relax the face while you're hanging here and pigeon. Back upon the hands. And let's get this knee so it's right in the middle. Got it? You roll your weight onto your right hip. Swing the left leg around into the cow face pose. So our knees are stacked one atop the other. Here's his snouty, the cow. Sit tall, flex the feet. Breathe in. Exhale, bow forward. Other hip is the one that's getting the love now. If you'd like a little more and you'd like to add a twist, come back up to center, bring the hands to the heart. And twist right elbow down to the outside of the left knee. Twist there, thumbs in at the chest. Keep the feet flexed. This hurts your neck, just look down at the ground. And lift upward. So we will transform this straight into pigeon the other side. Set your weight back. Left knee on the bottom, right leg out back. One hand each side, get tall here, so we're at pigeon that other side, but we gotta get everything tidied up. So right knee, right heel, get tall, and lower the chest down. Again, if you're not feeling it in the hip, lift your sole of the foot here so the shin is more parallel. Or if you're feeling it too much, tuck it under more.
Pigeon requires a lot of deep breathing. As does all of yoga, but certain poses remind us a little less gently how much we need to breathe. And lift upward. Let's shift the weight onto our left hip. Swing the right leg around. Cow face pose this side. Stack the knees, and we sit right in between the heels. Flex your feet. Get centered. Sit tall. And bow forward. Again, if you'd like a little bit more here, if the hips aren't already feeling the love, palms come to heart, left elbow down to a twist. And one side just might be different than the other. Untwisted, loose, twisted. Untangle the legs. And let's bring the soles of feet in. We're going to come to a ball. So reach around, find your forearms. Walk downward. Now drag your heels in more and sit into a nice tight ball. Almost to where you're lifting your feet, but not quite. So you're pulling your knees in deeply. And another opportunity to drop an ear down and then the other. I like to take advantage of these times when I know that your shoulders are being pinned in place, because that creates a longer line through the side of the neck. So you see as you come down, there's those good spots, the juicy spots. You stop there and you kind of let yourself breathe through it. And it's the spot that you slept wrong in last night, or that you sat in too long while you were reading or watching The Walking Dead reruns. Next time the chin isn't at the chest, hold it there. Back up to center, and we'll let the knees open, soles of feet together. Then release the fingers underneath. Pull the chest upright, and just sit tall here. Shoulders down. Inhale, pull forward, elbows come forward, and drop the chest in the center. So pushing your feet together helps open the knees more. You can also use your elbows to help open the knees a little bit more. If there's that pressure, foot against foot. Keep the belly pulled in as best you can. And slow lift up. Now hands come behind, butt a little bit back, heels a little bit forward, and stop right there. Grab onto ankles or shins, inhale. Exhale, pull your chin out, fold over this space. Maybe the hands reach out past the toes, pull your chin down towards your big toes.
butt a little bit back, heels a little bit forward, till maybe they start to come apart, but don't let them. That's the widest spot. Inhale. Bow forward, exhale. And try and help yourself fold out over the space. Just slightly different than the last one, and we get a slightly different muscle stretch. And let the head hang, your forehead might even touch the ground here in the middle. Which I'll bet is kind of weird looking. And release on up. Now let's look back. Make sure you've got enough room to lay back. Hands come down, pick your butt up, set it right in the middle, and come onto your elbows. Soles of feet are still together. No effort in the inner thighs, so don't be tugging on those. I noticed I was. Palms are flat, and look and make sure your forearms are parallel to the sides of the mat. So your elbows are as wide as your hands are wide. Dig in, lift up. Gently let your head fall back. Fish posture. When you get there, push your chest up. And either lift your head or untuck your elbows, drop onto the head, and then come onto the back. All the way down, release. Let the knees, the legs stay open, so we're in a reclined kite posture. Let's send the arms left and right and the palms flat and the elbows rest, so our arms are like a T, our legs are like a kite. Now draw the knees up together, legs overhead together, glue them there. Using the abdominals, pull your legs up overhead like to plow pose, like you're going to touch your toes behind your head on the ground. Inhale. Exhale, roll down till your hips touch, then keep rolling. Let the legs go all the way forward till the heels hover. Inhale, bend the knees, slow round up. Bring the legs back to that starting position. Toes overhead. Then exhale, roll back down. So we're doing a flow here with the breath. Exhale all the way straight and forward. Abdominals work. Inhale, bend the knees. Scoop up. And then you begin the exhale. So it is every bit as much about the breath as it is about moving your legs. Deliberate, strong, fluid movements at your pace. And next time the legs are straight up overhead, pause there. Keep the left leg right in place. Right leg, lower it down to a hover. And then slowly breathing in, lift it back into place. Lock it there and alternate. Flow with the inhales and the exhales. Palms are still flat out, left and right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alternating. Next time both legs are up, pause there. Reach up for soles of feet. Let's find a happy baby. So bend the knees and pull on the feet. We're trying to bring the knees down to the ground underneath the armpits and to the outside slightly.
And as we release, let's send the legs upward. We'll head for inversion. So choose where your legs up posture will be today. Stacking hands under hips, perhaps. That'll take the effort off of our abs, which are good and warm by now. Send legs upright for shoulder stand. Or way back overhead for plow. Let's try and find some stillness in an inversion. With all sorts of attention being paid to your neck so as not to wrench it out of sorts. Try and sneak a little bit of inversion in every day if you can. Spend so much time upright. It's actually really, really good for you to fully invert. There's a inversion machine at my gym I haven't been to in a while, and you can hang from your feet, and I've read it puts all your innards back in place. So gravity pulls everything down, and your whole digestive tract, all of your internal organs get turned up and over, and then when you upright yourself, they land right where they're supposed to be. Gross as it sounds, it makes logical sense. We'll move from here to final resting, so if your resting spot is somewhere other than inversion, let's begin to come down and transform to it. So whatever that resting spot is, let's find something you can be motionless in. Really, truly important to do that. We get all of our moving in during the rest of the day. Let's set everything into place. When we get there, relax every last muscle from the toes, through the knees and the hips, all the way up to shoulders, fingertips, the face, the eyes, the forehead, the brow. So we'll come back here together shortly, but for now, let's be completely still and completely relaxed.